welcome to Unfiltered Kitchen, the podcast.
The podcast.
My name is Cheyenne Davis.
And my name is Kyle, a.k.a. Papa Floyd.
I hate him. So my dad and I, as some of you guys may know or may not know, we started a YouTube channel a while back called Unfiltered Kitchen, where we wanted to share our recipes, whether cooking, what was it?
Cooking, conversation, and cocktails.
Yes. We had a ton of fun doing it, but it was also during the busiest time of my life.
Yeah. It was during the time you were planning a wedding.
Yes.
Buying a house.
Yes.
Raising kids.
Yes.
And part of the cooking, conversation, and cocktails is oftentimes we had too many cocktails.
We had way too many cocktails.
So we weren't getting a whole lot done.
Yeah.
It was more so the planning, the time of life, though.
The time of life was really difficult for us to get on the same page about things, and it was just a lot happening. So we put everything on hold, and now we're coming back strong.
Circling back.
But we're coming back strong.
Yes.
So I'm really, really excited because this time we decided to do things a little bit different. We're going to continue to do cooking episodes on YouTube, but we're also going to focus a lot on this podcast.
Yes.
And bring conversations to the podcast that a lot of you guys were commenting. If you guys watched the YouTube channel, the conversations were so short and everyone's like, I love your cooking, but I honestly love your conversations more.
We were trying to do too much.
Yeah.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
And I still want to go back and do that.
Yeah. So we're still going to cook, but we're also going to upload podcast episodes every week. So you're for sure going to get a podcast episode every week. And the topics are going to range from everything.
Yes, everything from parenting to teenage pregnancy to... See, I like talking about everything. You know, I would throw politics in there. I'd throw American history in there. But, I don't know if your audience is really interested in stuff like that. But
I think we can talk about anything. I feel like a lot of times I have people say, like, I love your dad's wisdom or advice or just personality. So we really want to use this podcast as a place where you guys can interact with us, ask questions, bring up conversations you want to have.
And throw subject matter.
Yeah.
If there's something you want to talk about.
And keep it real and definitely keep it unfiltered. This is not a place of like judgment or where we'll be mad if you ask a certain question. We want to have open dialogues and just real, raw conversations.
We want it to be like a growing deal where we can grow from each other.
Yes.
And have fun.
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't always have to be bone dry serious, but we do want to cover real information. Because hopefully people can grow from, here's the deal. I'm 63 years old.
Wow.
Well, on my profile, I'm still 48.
Oh my God.
Yeah, don't let the 63 fool you. But part of what I do with my kids is I try to share the experiences that I've had so that your life becomes easier or more enhanced. Let me tell you about a good time I had jumping out of a plane.
Yeah.
Kyle jumped out of a plane with me.
Yeah.
We had a ball. Or some of the pitfalls that I've had in parenting. Let me tell you about them so you don't have that same type of pitfall, or in a marriage or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Finances, how to handle your credit cards. So if I can share things with you to make it easier for you, beautiful. At the same time, the listening audience, if they pick up on something we say or do, and they've got some experience, maybe they run it back to us. Say, hey, look, have you ever tried this? Let's go.
Yeah. And I think that's the best part about podcasting. What I've learned, everyone knows that I have a podcast with my sister and Shannon called Think Loud Crew. We have so much fun on there. But I've realized that on that podcast, it's a lot of like mom to mom information. And
it's a lot of
what
is it? Estrogen?
Yes. Yes. That's what we have, Dad. Thank you.
You guys have, we have a lot of that.
It's a lot of mom. Everything is just based off of being a mom. And I love my podcast with them. I love having a safe space for us moms to battle things out or to talk things out.
And how this podcast will differ is you will get a male's perspective.
And a seasoned male's perspective. Yeah,
so there'll be generational differences.
Yes.
Like how I raised my little ones is probably different than how she raises her little ones.
You think it is?
There's a little influence, but
you don't see anything like you put into me that I put into my kids?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt.
Okay.
Without a doubt. I'm just wondering, did I spoil you as much?
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably so.
You want to know how spoiled I was?
Let's hear it.
I was obsessed with the movie Moulin Rouge. Obsessed at like 12.
This is the original movie.
What's the
lady's name?
Nicole
Kidman.
Yes.
It's a great movie. Great
Obsessed.
musical.
Knew all the songs. We could probably sing the song for you, but we're not going to.
Yeah, we're not even going to try.
This is how spoiled I am. My parents took me to the real Moulin Rouge show all the way in Paris.
Yeah, it was a great show.
And the girls were topless, and I was sitting there like, and it was the best show ever.
Yeah.
That's how spoiled I am. So when people ask me, why are your kids so spoiled? I was just as spoiled.
Well, I hate to break this to you. I really went to the topless Moulin Rouge show. You just happened to be a passenger.
Happened to be there. Oh my gosh. I think that spoiled has a negative connotation to it, and it doesn't have to be negative.
No, it doesn't. Spoiled, actually, I think every parent, unless they're really an authoritative type person, they want to spoil their kids, as I wanted to spoil mine. But then, at some point, you have to pull back so that they start to handle their responsibilities.
Yeah.
Okay? And if that pullback doesn't happen, well, then you got issues. If it does happen, I think you've handled it well. They start to handle their own business and spoil themselves. Learn to put the work in, put the effort in.
Yeah.
And keep that type of lifestyle. And I'm not talking about the things, but I'm talking about the freedom that you get from being spoiled. When you're spoiled, you get to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
As an adult, though, you got to learn how to spoil yourself. You got to put effort in, though. You got to put work in.
I agree. I feel like one of the things that
It's like we're in episode 2 of our podcast, though. We're supposed to be introducing ourselves.
So let's reel it back.
Okay, let's roll back a little bit.
I am excited to do this podcast. I'm excited to get your guys' feedback. I really want this to be a safe place of where if you guys have questions for my dad, you can ask him. I think throughout the years, you guys have learned that my dad will give you the realest answer he can give, whether or not it's a good answer or the right answer. I can't make any promises, but he'll give you a Kyle Floyd answer.
I'll give you a Kyle answer. Sometimes I answer something and I think about it later. I might come back the next week and retract that answer.
Yes.
That response. But that means I'm thinking about you and trying to really figure it out with you.
Yeah.
Okay?
I've asked my dad marital advice before, relationship advice before, and he's given great advice. I've also asked him where he called me back so quick and was like, whatever you do, do not take the advice that I just gave you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I remember
Don't do it.
Oh, man.
And Zach knows this story, and every time he goes, are you ever going to tell me the advice? And I'm like, nope.
Yeah, don't tell him. Don't tell him.
No, I'm not.
I remember that. It was something. It was an issue, too.
It was a real issue.
And I gave the worst advice. It was terrible. It was terrible. I didn't know it was terrible at the time, but probably 2 minutes after I hung up,
he called me so quick to say, whatever you do, do not take the advice that I just gave you.
Don't do that. It was, you know what it was? I think it was initially a father defending or feeling the hurt of his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And
you acted off of emotion.
Yes. And it was lashing. It was kind of like lashing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't cool.
It was not.
It was not cool.
But I think that that's the best part about our relationship is that I'm able to call my dad with any question under the sun, and he will give me a non-biased, most of the time non-biased, real answer. And I've learned now with Zach feels comfortable to do the same thing.
Yeah, Zach calls me too.
And
there's times I've told Zach, I said, Zach, damn, Zach. You fucking up. God damn.
And I think that it's great. So I hope that you guys throughout this podcast get to know us more. I hope you get to know my dad more. And I hope that eventually you feel like you can trust us to have conversations and ask questions.
And you know what? I think most of your audience from your different social media platforms are women.
You want to bring some men over here?
I'd invite the women to maybe sometimes, maybe for fun, invite your guy to watch the podcast with us too.
Yeah. You can give the dad some advice or the men some advice.
Oh, I know particularly young men I could fill your head with so much wisdom. Your woman would think you're a superstar.
Oh my gosh.
Now, old dogs, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah.
But I've learned stuff. Look, even as an old man, I still learn stuff.
So I think that it's important for this first episode for you guys to get to know some fun things about us. I'm going to try to pull some new fun things out my ass because I feel like you guys just know everything about me if you're coming from any of my other platforms and everyone's like, we already know everything. So I'm going to come up with some things that you don't know. So I think the way we do that is I want to play Never Have I Ever, which might be the worst game ever to play with my dad, but we're going to play it. Do you know how to play Never Have I Ever?
Kind of, sort of. You ask a question, and then I either yes I did or no I didn't.
So we're going to put up 5 fingers. We'll start with 5 fingers just to make it easy. So we're going to put up 5 fingers just to make it easy. And I'll give you an example. If I say it's something that you've never done.
Okay.
That you think that maybe I've done. You're trying to get me out the game.
Oh.
So, but don't be sexist. Like, never have I ever kissed a boy. Like, don't do dumb stuff like that.
Okay.
But like something like never have I ever jumped off a bridge. Like, I've never jumped off a bridge. If you've jumped off a bridge, then you would put your finger down.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it the first one to get all fingers down wins or loses?
Loses.
They lose. Okay. All right.
Do you get the game?
Kind of. Let's go. Let's see.
Okay.
I'll figure it out.
Never have I ever snuck a man or woman into my parents' house.
I was like, nah, it never happened. Not with me. Okay, have I ever snuck a man or a woman in? Man, you're making me go back like a whole bunch of years.
I just want to know, did you ever sneak anybody to your parents' house?
I don't know about sneak. I think my parents were cool. It was like,
bring her over?
No, not bring her over, but I mean, they didn't know what I was doing, but I'm trying to think of a specific incident.
Oh,
I know
God.
one time. Okay, I'll tell you one story. I can tell you one story when Pop busted me. It's like, can I say titties?
You can say titties.
Girls, titties are out. I lived with my dad in the house. Next thing I know, he's in the room. Like, looking at me. I'm looking at her. She's looking at me. He's looking at her.
Did Papa look at the girl's boobs?
Like, yo, yeah, come on. Sorry, Papa. I was like, we're busted. Yeah. Oh, no, you know where we were?
Where?
Okay, so this is before you weren't born yet.
I would hope not.
Still at Pop's house. Uh-huh. The garage used to be fixed up where we had a pool table in there.
Oh.
So I'm down there in the
pool table
playing
room.
Pool table, but
you got caught.
I got caught. Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
So does that mean a finger up or a finger down?
That's a finger down. That's a sneaking a girl into your parents' house.
One finger down. And what about you? Did you have a finger down?
No, I've never done that. I didn't sneak anybody into the house.
Okay, so let me tell you a story right now.
I didn't sneak anybody into the house.
How about the time I came pulling up the driveway and I don't want to name who.
Oh, I did sneak somebody into the house.
Okay, thank you. Finger down.
Okay, I just got myself out.
Yes. Finger down. Man, everyone would be so innocent around here.
How did I get myself out of the game that I offered to play?
I was in shock and awe.
Okay, story's over.
Oh, I can't.
All right,
yeah,
never have I ever.
Okay, we won't tell that story.
I'm a married woman.
I'm not going to tell the story.
And I just want to say, once you're married, all of everything that happened in your past is deleted. If I had any wholeness in my body, it's gone. It's erased. That's how marriage works. You didn't know that? Okay. You've been married twice, so you have 2 deletions.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Have you... How do you say
Never have I ever.
Never. No, this happened to me, so I can't say it like that.
Well, that's the game.
I'm asking you, though.
Okay, what is it?
Never have. How about this? Can you tell me about an experience where a guy, not your house, a guy sneaks you into
their house?
Their house. Has that ever happened?
I'm trying to think.
You ever trying to sneak you over and try to...
I feel like I was too scared to do that.
Okay.
To get caught by someone else, to get caught.
Well, it's a scary situation.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about mine real quick.
So you were trying to sneak...
I was at a party.
Okay.
This was like a neighborhood party. Everybody knew each other. You guys know you know people's brothers and sisters. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to name any names in this, but these people are still alive and kicking today. So we're at this party, and there's this one girl who we knew each other, but we didn't really
know each other.
We didn't know. Well, we knew each other, and I knew her brother. And her brother's kind of a gangster, right? All of a sudden, she's just kind of giving her brother some action. And this is back in time when people were drinking too much. We were getting drunk. We were old enough to drink, but we were drunk.
Yeah.
She takes me to her house. We go sneak in, and it's in the middle of the night. It's like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the morning. We're sneaking in. She says, "Shh." We go in, go down the hallway. I know her mom and daddy. We go into her room. We get her in the room. She double bolt locks the door.
Oh, hell no.
I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. And then there's another door because there's a shared bathroom.
Oh, like a Jack and Jill bathroom. Jack and Jill. Is it Jack and Jill with the gangster brothers?
Yes.
Oh, hell no. Did you not realize it was a Jack and Jill bathroom and this is risky?
This is my first time I'm going there.
Okay, my bad. Okay?
And when she double bolted, I had never been double bolted locked in. I'm like, God dog, what's going on?
What kind of bedroom has a double bolt though?
She put that bolt in herself.
Oh.
She put it in, So then, we're doing whatever we do. And she actually kind of, I hate to use this word, but she kind of turned me out. She was like, look, this is what I'm going to do next. Well, I was like, I still remember it clear as day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So have you ever, that's the end of the story. I can't tell anymore.
So the brother didn't catch you? You didn't do any, I was waiting for some big moment where the gangster brother kicks the door down and then
He's never found out. He's never found out.
Wow.
And the couple times I've seen him since, I've come like, ooh. What you don't know won't hurt you. Oh
my God.
So have you ever been in a situation like that?
No, never.
Okay.
I have not.
All right.
Okay, I have one. Never have I ever kissed someone that my sibling liked. My dad has a brother.
I got to put a finger down.
Oh my God.
I'm ashamed.
What kind of brother are you?
We were young.
I would never kiss somebody that Kyle liked.
Okay, well, as your sister, you shouldn't.
What is his brother? Did your brother find out?
I don't think so, and I hope he doesn't watch this podcast.
Uncle Steve, shame on your brother. Wow.
Yeah, not cool.
No, okay, your turn.
Yeah, man, I don't know if I should have divulged that. I thought we were supposed to be getting to know each other.
We are getting to know each other. I just learned that you kissed somebody that your brother liked.
Yeah. Well, it was fun at the time. It's not my proudest moment as a brother. But
I would hope not.
No, I don't think he ever found out. Yeah. Sheesh. Okay, all right. Well, my whole head is spinning now. Okay, I don't know if I like this game.
Okay, I'll do an easy one.
Please.
Never.
Throw me a softball.
I'll throw you a soft one. Never have I ever. I've never played a competitive sport.
How about this? Never have you ever stole money from somebody?
I've never stole money from somebody. Have you stole money from somebody?
I've never stole money from you.
Yeah, I feel like I would learn a lot about your character.
Yeah. Now again, this is when I was younger. I've stolen.
Oh God.
But from a department store, stuff like that.
Okay. I would have to put a finger down.
You'd finger down? You're a little shoplifter? Little kleptomaniac in you?
I will say freshman year of college, me and a few of my friends went through a shoplifting phase.
Did you really?
Do you not remember they all went to jail?
Oh, I do remember that.
That was the one day I stayed home and all my friends went to jail and they could not call their parents to tell them. I had to call my parents and say, Can you bail my girls out?
What kind of stuff were you guys getting?
Okay, so I don't even think this is technically shoplifting.
Okay, here we go.
So we used to go to the store and we knew this guy that worked there. The store had shirts that were for $2. So what we would do is he would tell us to get whatever we want, but I'll just ring you up for like 10 of those $2 shirts. So we paid something.
Okay.
But then we're walking out with like bags in bags. So that was one situation, one little plug we had. Then we had this other plug where this girl worked at Walmart. And she would say, you fill up a cart at Walmart. Mm-hmm. You can fill up however much shit you can fill in this cart. Put it in your cart.
Food, clothes, whatever.
Anything. And when you get to self-checkout, I'll be there. You give me $100 or $50 and I'll take care of the rest.
Wow. This is when you're in college?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're trying to put food on the table.
And clothes on my back.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's not technically shoplifting, but it's technically shoplifting.
Okay, so.
And then my friends did have a phase. I have one friend who, I hope she doesn't watch this podcast, but she for sure was like a klepto. And like,
what's her name?
I'm not telling you. She really would like put shit in her purse and her coat and be like walking down. I'm like, oh my God, like I didn't do that. I gave him something. Yeah. So there was this one day we were all getting ready because it was spring break. The next day we were all flying to Miami. And they went to Target. I stayed back. I didn't want to go. I knew what they were going to do. I wasn't trying to be a part of it. Like, I felt like it wasn't bad what I was doing because I was giving them something. I didn't like when they were just taking it and going. That just scared me too much. I'm still a chicken. So they went. I get a call from my friend who's like the getaway driver. And she's like, everybody got caught. I think we're getting arrested. I'm just letting you know. Can you come get my car? I don't want them to take my car. And I'm like, oh my God. After that, I never did it again. I didn't touch anything. I would pay full price for everything. I was so scared to take anything because I just felt like karma was going to come back and bite me in the ass. And then I called mom first and she helped me bail everybody out. And we went to Miami the next day.
Oh.
Yeah.
So I hope you're getting to know us.
Okay. Never have I. Oh, I did that.
Maybe we better put a little positive spin on it.
I was going to say never have I ever failed a test, but I failed a test. Have you ever failed a test?
I have failed a test before, yes. No, I failed a class.
Damn. Now we really got to know you.
Well, but.
The whole class?
Oh, yeah, I failed the whole class. Well, it took an I. Incomplete.
Is this in college?
This is in college.
Oh wait, tell them what college. Let's talk about your college experience.
Let's get a little. So,
I went to Hampton University in Virginia.
So let's back up a little bit. How were you as a
student?
Junior high school student?
If you would ask me during that time, I thought I was a good student. I felt like I always applied myself. I tried really hard, but I always struggled with different subjects. I struggled with math. It felt like I was reading a puzzle. I really liked history. I struggled with science because it just felt like math. And I feel like I did try to apply myself the best that I can. It was frustrating because I feel like I stayed up and would study, would take the test, and it was just all jumbled up in my head and it didn't work. Where my sister would not study and would get the A. And I didn't like that. I did learn.
That only took her so far though.
Yeah.
Because you remember when she was at West Ridge.
She just didn't care.
All that not studying didn't work.
Yeah.
It just fell apart. Just the walls come crumbling down.
Yeah. I did learn from my dad at 17 when I was applying for college. My college application for Hampton was, what's something that you've had to overcome in your life? And at the time, I felt like I didn't know what to put. And he said, talk about your learning disabilities. You've overcome all of those. I didn't know I had learning disabilities.
We had her on the small bus.
And now everything makes sense. My sister used to say that's why you ride the short bus. Yeah. Mom and dad found you in a dumpster.
No. So, a lot of our traits are very similar.
Me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
The only because back in the day, they didn't have a short bus. Well, they did. But I had learning difficulties also. The only thing is, math has always been good with numbers.
I don't know how.
Numbers have always been an issue. No issue with me.
I'm so dyslexic. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, you're a bus.
Wow.
So high school challenge. Let me tell you my situation. I wasn't a reader. I couldn't read until about the 11th grade.
What?
I don't know how I passed through. They passed me through. I was a sight reader.
What does that mean?
I'd see words, and by sight, I just recognize what they say.
Like sight words.
But this is where things will get twisted. The word saw, S-A-W, or W-A-S was the same to me.
Oh.
I could see it either way. Whether it's W-A, I might say saw, or it might be S-A-W, I may say saw, or I might say was.
Yeah.
So I just didn't understand sounding things out and all that. And Ruby used to work with me all the time, and my mom. Mm-hmm. But it didn't click until like the 11th grade. And what happened is I finally found something that I wanted to read.
What was it? I know the answer.
You know the answer?
Malcolm X.
That was the second book.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was the second book.
What's the first book?
Was a book called, it was The Folklore of Stagger Lee. Stagger Lee is old, like Paul Bunyan, but of black people. So it was different little short stories about him. Mm-hmm. And he was a bad brother. He was like, I'm a bad motherfucker.
So you wanted to read that book?
Yeah, so I was reading that, You
were like, I'm going to sound these words out.
Yeah, so that's when, but it was, there was subject matter I wanted to read. Yeah. So I started reading that, and then the next book was Autobiography of Malcolm X, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, it's kind of clicked, and I was able to read again. I don't know how, I have no way of explaining it.
That is weird.
Yeah.
I mean, by 11th grade, that's just crazy that you got that far in school without... reading without knowing sight words.
When I say I could read,
I get what you're saying.
I don't want you to think that
you were illiterate. No,
it wasn't like it wasn't like I was dumb. It's not a read. I couldn't read. I wasn't a good reader.
Yeah,
but I think it had to do with a little bit of dyslexia and whatever.
Yeah,
but they didn't have all that figured out back then. Mm-hmm. So okay, so on to college. You left the house.
Yeah.
Did you want to get away?
I did.
What'd you want to get away from? Your mom and dad, the city, your sister, the whole deal, this to be a little freer? Or what was the deal?
I think all of you guys. So my parents went through a divorce my senior year of high school.
Oh, was that senior? Oh, that's why you wanted to get away.
And I wanted to get away. Okay. I felt like my sister was like wild and crazy, and we just didn't really see eye to eye. I just learned that I had a bunch of learning disabilities. I felt a little betrayed that my parents never told me. I found out I was dyslexic. I have an auto command deficit, a visual command deficit.
So it's really funny. The way she says that the parents never told you don't understand all the tutoring you were getting?
I thought everybody was getting that same tutoring. I didn't know.
Okay.
Right. It made sense once he said it. And I'm like, that's why I went to a school with like 10 people, but great. Thanks, Dad.
Yeah, well, 10 would be a little high, more like 6.
It was like 4 people. It was definitely like
4 kids in
a circle. But when I went to college, I got my syllabus the first day of class, and I saw on the back of a class syllabus, it was like a Disabilities Act where you can go to the disabilities office and apply, and you get extra test time, you get teachers' notes, you get students' notes, all this extra help. Yeah. My parents were like, you need to do that. We can't do it for you because you're in college now, you're about to be 18. They don't allow us to do it. I convinced them to let me try to go my first semester without it, because in my head, I never had disabilities. I wanted to show them that I could do it without having to go get retested, because I would have had to go through testing again, because I got tested when I was in 2nd grade. I was turning 18. I had to get tested at 18 again because I needed like a new form to show the school. I got that lesson real quick to go get my ass tested. It was one of my first journalism classes. At the time, I wanted to be a newscaster, so I was going to school for broadcast journalism. And I was in a news class, and the assignment was everyone had computers, and you had to read this like paragraph and then like write a synopsis about it, and it was all under like a minute. And I realized that by the time the teacher had us all turn back around to face each other, everyone had some long paragraph like written on their computer. I was still reading the paragraph. I was still trying to process what it said. And when I turned back around, she came to my computer and she just I left the class crying because she just kind of was like, what were you doing the whole time? You have nothing on your screen. Like, really questioned.
Yeah. She went at you.
She went at me.
It feels bad.
She went at me and I felt stupid. I felt like, damn, like I'm genuinely trying to process and read before I just write anything. And I realized I need to go get tested.
I'm sorry. You got that from me.
Thanks, Dad. I went and got tested and everything came back that I'm dyslexic. I have an auto command deficit, a visual command deficit, and I have ADHD.
I don't know why you throw that visual command. I thought it was all auditory.
No, they said it was visual. Yeah. They said it was both, and they said that was hard because you learn from hearing things. Like if a teacher's talking to you, you can pick it up auditory, or visual, you can learn from seeing things. And that's why Hope, when she tutored me, she taught me how to process it to where I can like for numbers, to add numbers, I have to draw dots.
Okay.
So it's like she's kind of taught me how to like
work around it.
So it just takes me a second more than a normal person would to process certain
So let me
things.
ask you this. Let's say you're watching a movie that has captions.
I have to watch a movie with captions.
What do you mean? You can't just watch a movie?
Without captions? No.
Really?
No. Do you not notice the TV always has captions on?
Okay. So
Zach hates it.
So here's your story, which is a little bit different from mine. When I have to, let's say if it's a foreign film or something, you have to read I have to have the remote right here.
Why?
Because I got to rewind. It went by too fast. I couldn't read it that fast.
Oh my God.
All the time. If I do something with captions, I just have the remote. Pause. Wait a minute. What's it? Because it takes.
It takes you a second.
I can't just look at something and read it. It just doesn't. Like something. Like some people can look at words and it just pops a picture and they know what they're saying.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. I have to actually read it, and it takes a minute.
Yeah, I get that.
Usually whoever's doing the editing, I'm always pissed off because like, why you take it down so fast? I'm like, nobody's reading that fast.
Yeah.
But then I realized that, well, maybe other people are, but.
So I got your brain.
Yeah, except for the math skills.
The math skills are terrible. I don't think I've ever actually passed a math class.
Emotionally, I think we're about the same person.
Yep.
Okay.
I hear that a lot.
Intellectually, I think we're about the same person.
Help me, dear Lord.
Okay. But I'm smart, though.
Yes.
I just have reading issues.
Okay, why are you looking at me?
Because, I want you to understand, you're smart.
Okay. What else do we have that's common?
Tenacity.
Yeah.
We'll blow it up.
Yeah.
We'll work hard.
Yeah.
We'll make it happen. Tell me I can and watch it happen.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll take that.
We're both earners.
Yeah.
We make money.
Yeah. I like that one.
We're good people.
I think I'm a good person. I think you're a good person.
Look good.
I think I look good.
Y'all can't see that in podcast land, but
some of you guys can.
Well, All right, come on. Let's move on. All
right, guys. I think that I'm really excited for this podcast. I'm really excited for you guys to get to know us in a different light, in a different way.
We better do a few other things.
We've been going for almost over an hour, though.
I'm married, happily married, beautifully married to my beautiful wife.
Yes.
Chey is beautifully married to my son-in-law, Mr. Zach. She's now a Davis, no longer a Floyd. I know she really wants to be a Floyd, though, for life.
I do. Send help. Zach, don't watch this episode.
I've got 2 kids, Chey and Kyle, my other child, my oldest, who will be on here.
Yeah, we'll bring Kyle on.
And then Chey's got her 2 kids, Ryder and little Ace Man. So you get to know the whole family.
Yeah, I'm really excited for you guys to get to know us more. Really to get to know my dad more. And I feel like a lot of times we haven't been able to like talk about like things from like my childhood or his childhood or things that will maybe explain why I am the way that I am and how my parents did raise me. And this podcast is going to be able to shine light onto just different things. And I'm excited for you guys to tune in every week. And follow us on Instagram, follow us on YouTube, shout us out, tell us if we did a good job, tell us if we suck.
We'll take it all.
Yeah. But we'll be back every week.
And then we're going to start to fire up Unfiltered Kitchen YouTube version also
of the cooking. So make sure you check in on the YouTube channel because we're going to be putting up our recipes and different cooking things, whether it's something that we think is good or something that might be a bust. We are going to be cooking on our channel. I'll make sure that when we do a cooking episode, we talk about it on the podcast so you guys know to go and check out the cooking episode as well. And I'm just excited for this new journey, and I can't wait for you guys to come along with us. And don't forget to follow us at Unfiltered Kitchen on YouTube and on Instagram.
That's right.
And you can follow me at Chey Not Shy.
And you can follow me at Pretty Boy Floyd 3 on IG.
Yes, and we are so excited to invite you guys into our kitchen.
So next time, here's the deal. When you watch the podcast, pour yourself a little sip.
Oh my God.
Pull up to the table and enjoy yourself. Okay?
All right, guys. I hope everybody has a good week, and make sure you guys tune in next week to our new episode.
And as always, if there's anything you want us to talk about, you want to write us some questions, shoot us a comment, subject matter, open book. We can talk about it.
Let us know.
All right.
Slide into his DMs, not mine.
All right. See you guys.